the bank account summarized here. So public class bank account, and in addition, the file name of the bank account should also be called bank account. And then there will be private variables. Actually, will since we implement in later slides. And then constructor for bank account with the initial one is a 0 balance. Then another constructor with the initial balance. And then the method, public method for deposit, for withdraw, and for get balance. So 3 methods. And it turns out to specify those interface, you can also add some comment. That actually goes automatically linked to Javadoc. And this is the Java class declaration style, I guess, the template. And so this goes back to the counter example. We have class private int value to store the number of counts, clicks. But for the bank one, let's see, where's the, apparently the bank one down. So this is how to use Javadoc to explain the class. So you have to start with this backslash, sorry. You have to start with the backslash 2* method. And that's for Java. That you have to start it there, and then end it with that. So since the first sentence is usually describe the purpose of the method or class, so you may want to write that one with really a good sentence. And then we can use this @sign parameter to specify the parameter, or we can use the @return field symbol to describe the return value. And if we don't have parameter or return value, we don't have to do that. So here's an example for withdraw. So we started with backslash 2*, ended with 1*, 1 \. And withdraw method, withdraw money from the bank account. This is actually usually is also good practice, just to get your thought straight before you actually start to write some code. So, okay, so this is the example for the class definition. Bank account, that's a constructor definition. And in fact, in BlueJ, this is Javadoc is run by default when we click the Java documentation tab. That's a Javadoc running behind the file. Once it's generated, it looks like that. I'm going to jump over this. Okay, so we are going to implement the private variable to store the bank account balance. There. So the public class, when we first constructed, by default, the bank account is 0, the balance is 0. So that's the balance there. Oh, sorry. Where did it go? Sorry. Get back. That's by the default constructor set bank account the balance as 0. But if there's the initial balance, we just set the balance equals initial balance. And this is the A constructor basically is to start in the object. And deposit should be, if we deposit the amount, then the balance basically become balance plus the amount. It's that's to be just simple algebra, but it's good to see how it's implemented inside of the method. And withdraw has to be the balance minus amount. And get balance just return the balance. So those are the public interface and how this class are implemented. Except the actual balance is a private double integer in the class. So okay, so let's start with BlueJ. I'm going to do this step by step. Oops. Okay, so we can start with a new project. I'm going to call this bank account. Cool, since I already have one bank account, so create a new bank account. And then I'm going to create a new class. This class will call bank account. All right, so let's remove everything. I'm going to first start with the documentation, and this will be what? Bank account with balance. That's okay. That's my Javadoc statement. Then I'm going to say public class bank account. And so I'm going to close it by default. That's why I won't have mistake on it. And then inside of this, I should have a private double balance. That's my, this is basically the how I keep track of the balance. And then I'm going to give the constructor default constructor. So that will be public bank account. I'm going to just curly it. So, and in this case, we just assign balance equals 0. Yes.
I think you missed on private.
Oh, thank you. Okay, private. Thank you. And then we have another constructor with balance. Constructor with balance, with initial balance. So, and this one will be public bank account with the initial deposit, let's say. And in this case, the balance will be initial deposit. So there, I implement these two constructors. Let's just compile, see whether I have a syntax error or not. Public bank I have typo here. ACC. Okay. Okay, now I correct that typo. Okay, so, and then I'm going to implement the method. So first, I'm going to implement the bigger deposit into bank account. And this one I have a parameter. This one I'm going to use parameter amount. This is the amount of money for deposit. So this one is no return, so I don't have to put the return value. And this will be public void deposit, and that's double amount. Right. And what we're going to change is basically change my balance equal balance plus deposit. And after I add some money, my balance change, and that should be it. And then I'm going to write, this is the withdrawal. Withdraw from bank account. Well, withdraw also going to use a parameter, and that will be amount 2. Amount of money for withdraw. I mean, it's not very good definition, but it works here. So, okay. So, and then this is also a public method. Void withdraw double amount. But after withdraw, my balance will become balance minus amount. Right, so that's the. In fact, here you can even double check, make sure the balance is not negative, right? So if you are a very good software programmer, we can add error check. We can check here to make sure balance is positive, is non-negative. Okay, but we can do it later, not right now. So, okay. So then I'm going to write another method. This method basically add balance. Show balance. And this one, I have no input parameter, but I have a return parameter. Return parameter is return the balance, the current balance. Okay, so the balance class is also public, but it's going to return double. Get balance. Return balance. So that let's compile, see whether I have a syntax. No, I cannot. I missed something called deposit. Variable deposit. Oh, it's amount. Sorry, it's actually the deposit is called amount. That's the mistake. Okay, okay. Now it's compiled, but this is just a class. It doesn't run on its own. I need to write another program to test this, right? So the way basically, let's see, we need to test. Actually, I mean, we manufacture a car. Someone has to test drive it, right? If you want to buy a car, you test. So we just build a bank account. We need to test it. So we need to write a tester class. And this is something, we can write something called bank account tester. And I mean, we can basically testing how to use constructor, whether the constructor works or not. We can do testing the deposit, withdraw. In fact, BlueJ can even check inside of the instance, make sure the instance what the value is there. So BlueJ does actually offer some debugging tools. Okay, so let's write our go back to BlueJ, write our testing class. So here I'm going to create another new class that's called BankAccount tester. Yeah. So testing test BankAccount. Okay. Public class account tester. So I don't need this kind of thing. I just need the public void main. Right, so public void static void, sorry. Main string argument. Okay, so and inside of this one, I can, let's say, what's bank? Say Tom checking account. Well, I actually need to assign this one. This one should be called bank account. Tom checking account. I say equal new bank account. So that's will create an object. And then I'm going to say Tom checking account deposit. How much we want Tom have? 150? 143, how about that? And then let's system.out.println checking get balance and system.out.print checking. Okay, so that's our first testing example. Let's see whether this works or not. Compile, no syntax error. Okay, so it looks like BlueJ automatically can tell my bank account tester join class going to call bank account class. So that's good. And then I'm going to compile this. Oops, already compiled. Sorry, I run this. It should print out what? 1543. Excellent. Tom's checking 1543. Well, I probably should add some space. That's white space there. So, okay. And then what else we haven't done? We haven't do withdraw. Okay, let's do a withdraw. Checking dot withdraw. How much we withdraw? $20. How about that? Withdraw $20. And then we can print this one again and see how it goes. Right. So, but since I'm going to run this one many times, so I'm going to put some separation lines to make sure I know each time it's actually started running again. So that's the check to make sure I know when the program restarted. So compile again, and then run this one. Oh, I forgot to print break line sign there. But So Tom first have a 1543. I took $20 out. It has 1523 left. So it's actually good. But I need to do print line here and make it run a little nicer. So if I compile and then run again, oops, sorry, run. Okay, now it looks much better. So Tom checking first started with 1543. I took $20, or Tom took $20, and it had the remaining 1523. Okay. Now I can also create another account. Right. So this Tom's account, I can also create a bank account. Tom. Let's say Tom. Tom and his wife what? Amy account, Amy checking. Amy has an account, bank account. Let's say Amy have an account, but it start with say 5,000. Amy is making more money than Tom, I guess. Okay, so. And then we can say Amy checking dot withdraw. Much will withdraw here? 50. About it, 50. And then we print out. Let's first print out the Amy's account, and then print out again after the withdraw. How about this? Amy's checking. Amy's checking, and make sure inside is also Amy. Okay, withdraw, I print out again. Okay, so basically there are two instances, and each one should be maintaining its own bank account. Okay, let's run this one again. Okay, so Tom start with 1543, take withdraw $20, 1523. Amy start at 5,000, withdraw 50, 49.50 left. Okay, it's good. And we can actually also let's say what if we actually create a two variable here? Let's say we create another bank account, Tom Bank. Bank checking 2 equal Tom checking. But basically, I have two variables, Tom checking and Tom checking 2 point both to Tom checking. But as we since both variables point to the same instance, and let me move this back to the front. And since so I have two variables, Tom checking 2. That actually both point to the same account. So even though I'm doing Tom checking, but if I print out Tom's 2, Tom's checking, Tom 2. Tom checking 2, sorry. Tom checking 2. Even though I only change here, call first one. Right, so I'm only calling first one. The second one should also be changed. That's the point I'm trying to make here. So here, okay, compile. Let's run again. Right, it's actually exactly the case. Right, so even though I'm deposited into Tom's first variable, Tom checking first variable, and then I even withdraw from Tom checking first variable, but every time I print out from Tom 2 checking 2, another variable is also changed. So that's basically shows the two variable points to the same thing, the same instance. Okay. And well, okay, I haven't shown you the Javadoc, I guess. So after we write this backslash star backslash, and then if we go to Javadoc document, there, and you actually see what has been written there. Default constructor, construct with initial. That's basically what I wrote. If you recall, that's the first sentence I wrote in the file. In fact, let's do this. If I change this one, say my first sentence, then the Javadoc should change this one too. If I change this one to my first sentence, and then go back to my Javadoc, look for bank account constructor. There, you see this? See this? My first sentence, I just added. So as long as we put something meaningful, it should be there too. Yeah. Maybe I shall change it back. I can just leave it just for the purpose of a demonstration. Yes.
It's saying balances.
So, oh, you can. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to stop this video, and then it will be available on YouTube. So.